think you can make it work with your worst enemy?
This is a disaster.
That's a preview of tonight's season premiere of the MTV show The Challenge All-Stars Rivals. Pairs of memorable power players and redemption seekers go head-to-head to become champions. And will they stick together or let their past drag them into the jungle? CBS News Boston's digital host Joe Weil caught up with two show veterans to find out.
All right, Beth and Leroy, thank you so much for joining us. And, you know, the theme of this season is being paired with one of your biggest rivals. And, Beth, for you, it's Janae. And then for Leroy, for you, it's Devin. How much of a challenge was it to have to work with these people as being a part of the challenge for this season?
I mean, I definitely do not trust Janae, for sure. I don't trust her. I don't know what's going to happen. And then also it's like, when you're in the show, during the show, the person might say that they, you know, maybe you make up, maybe you won't. But then when you're watching the series, then more stuff is revealed. So I'm really interested to watch the series with everybody to see how it all plays out. And like, was this person being honest with me, or was she not?
That's a very good point, Beth. You really don't know what your rival is saying about you in their interviews or how they really feel until you get a chance to watch it back on TV. Devin is a person, either you love him or you hate him. And I consider myself to be very likable, but I've done some things to Devin in the past. So even with me apologizing to him, I'm like, does he really forgive me? Is he just playing me? Is there going to be something where somebody could take the money from their partner at the end? There's so many different things that's going through my mind because there's been multiple rival seasons and there's been a lot of drama. So we just kind of bracing ourselves for what could possibly happen.
And we can't wait to see what ultimately happens with the premiere being tonight. I have an individual question for both of you guys with the history that you have with the show. And Beth, I want to start with you because you've been a part of the reality TV world now for 32 years. And you're a big part of the legacy of not only the real world, but also the challenge as well. How much pride do you take in being a part of all this for all the years that you have been?
I mean, I'm so honored that they keep asking me back to be able to come back and play with a lot of the new kids. I mean, I call Leroy a kid because I'm going to be 56 in 2 weeks. So, you know, somebody like Leroy, like I've watched him play the challenge. So to be able to play with a lot of the younger kids, that's why I love All-Stars. That's one of the biggest perks of going on the All-Stars is meeting some of these younger kids and playing with them. So I'm super excited to play the game with Leroy.
And Beth, having watched the show for so many years, I mean, you do always bring a lot of fun and intrigue to the show, so we can't wait to see it with this season as well. And Leroy, I hate to bring this up in this context, but you have been so close to winning the challenge over the years. Did you approach this one differently? Because you've been so successful, but to get to that final point, did you do anything differently this time around?
I mean, my training, you know what? This season, I really worked on my puzzles. So at home, I sat at home with my wife, Cam, and we had a bunch of puzzles sitting out. And she would run up behind me and say, check, out of nowhere. And would kind of get me prepared for like what it would be like. Normally, I'm trying to work on my fitness, but my puzzles and my swimming, that's what's always been like, you know, my kryptonite in the game. So I really worked on that. And it sucks to make it all the way to the end and not get that money. So I'm hoping that this season will be good. I feel like having Devin as a partner, he has won before, but he also can be hard to work with. So that's going to be the biggest challenge of all. Can Devin and I work together and put our differences aside to win this big pot of money at the end?
You know, we get a chance to watch you guys through the crazy prism of reality TV, both with, of course, the challenge and the stuff before that. I wanted to ask about you as people, just for our viewing audience that have had a chance to watch you guys over the years. What's one thing that you want people out there to know about each of you?
Well, first and foremost, that I'm a true competitor at heart. So even though I haven't won, I really do try my hardest, and I really love getting the opportunity to go back. I mean, anybody who works a regular 9 to 5, if you could take off, 10 weeks of your life to go compete on the show to win money, it will be amazing. So I want people to know that I'm very grateful for the opportunity every time I get a chance to go back.
And Beth, how about yourself?
Wow, something about me that they, I mean, I love the opportunity to come back and play the game. And, you know, people make me out to be this villain. But the people that take the time to get to know me know that I am super loyal, and I may be a lot of things, but a liar is not one of them.
Nice little thing to leave there. I love that. And Beth, you know, that villain part, right? Again, and I've been watching the show for so long. That's one part of the storyline for you. What is it like for your family to watch these shows? Because again, I'm sure that a part of it is the TV aspect of it, and you're not exactly the same person when you're back at home.
Yeah, I mean, look, the challenge, it's a competition. So, I mean, I grew up playing sports, and like, you know, the rules, you never know what the rules are going to be. And, you know, sometimes I lose my cool and I get mad. You know, I bounce back, you know, 30 minutes later, I'm fine. But yeah, I mean, you know, when you're out there and you're competing, it's like, oh, like I'm so right now. So that gets to be a little embarrassing sometimes, but I can't help it. I get heated. I mean, we're competing. So yeah, I mean, sometimes I lose my cool, unfortunately, but I think everybody loses their cool sometimes.
The heat of competition, it happens to the best of us. Final thing before I let you guys go, I just want to ask about being a part of this whole experience and the amount of years that both of you guys have been doing it. How has being a part of these shows changed your life the most from where you were before, being a part of MTV, Paramount, these challenges, and now afterwards?
Being on the challenge in the real world has changed the whole trajectory of my life. You know, before this, I was a garbage man, which was a great job, worked for Waste Management. But now the opportunities that have presented itself from being on this show, this is probably like the first reality TV show back in the day next to Cops. So to be a part of it, sometimes I have to pinch myself like, man, am I really a cast member on the show? Then I'll go to Target and somebody will remind me, yes, you are. You are Leroy from TV. So I absolutely love it. I'm very thankful for it.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, I had no idea when I first did The Real World back in 1993 that I would get the opportunity to be on the challenge, and it just keeps going and going and going. And I'm just going to keep participating. You know, I mean, I don't collect Social Security for another 9
About
years.
10 years.
So yeah, so I'm gonna keep going. You know what? I've got my original body parts. I haven't broken anything yet, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going.
Well, we love to hear it, Beth, and Leroy as well. Thank you guys both so much for coming on to chat, and we can't wait to see the premiere, which is going to be tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.